is Loving the Sparkle with Cindy. I think I may have you set up good. I'm going to do a quick little whip and chat, and this is on hide and seek. It has got so much. I'll turn off the light for a minute. ABs. A lot of this over here is ABs. All this white's ABs. All this yellow in here is going to be ABs. I just want one. There we go. Just a little bit. Okay. I think I figured out what the fuzzy on the lives was. I found out my internet pushes 780. It's to save so that you don't burn through all your data quickly. StreamYard pushes 1480. So since StreamYard's pushing 1480 and I'm only putting out 720, I think that's why it was fuzzy. So I looked up Streamlabs and they push 720. So they may actually, because it'll be 720 and 720, so it might actually come out better. So I will try that and see if that works this week. See if that improves it. Because I checked how much internet I had available, and I still have like 80 gig or so at high speed, so I was operating at high speed. It was just that it was pushing 720. I am so sorry about the fuzzy internet. Now, let me turn down the TV. I was watching an oldie but a goodie. I was watching Colony. Good old shows. So I'm going to do that, see if that fixes that. And in a little while, I might go back in my craft room because I have that fan sales, and I'll do a post review on it, and I want to get it on a board so that I can, or in a frame, so that I can actually do something with it. And let me see, what else? Like I said, this Craftably, tons of ABs. All this white's ABs. All this 3 through here. All this 3 through here is going to be ABs. The 3 in her hair is ABs. The O's in her hair is ABs. I mean, they loaded up with ABs. I did just get a canvas because I was able to get it on Sezzle. And it was an excellent price, guys. Excellent. I couldn't pass it up. And I got it for my mental health. So I don't know if it'll make it here for Mental Health Month. But I did buy it as my mental health picture. So I'm hoping it makes it here in time. And I bought Bad Day at the Office. Because I look at that photo, and that is how I used to feel when I got home from work. I would feel like all the skeletons from hell were after me. And I mean, the only thing missing on that photo is a drink in her hand, and that's it, because that was how I would be when I got home after a 12-and-a-half-hour shift. It was like, yeah. And the longer this panoramic goes on, the more intense it gets. And so I did do that. But like I said, I got it on Sezzle. It was a very good price. By the time the conversion from Australian to American went through, I was like in shock. And I'm going to get some glow-in-the-dark, green glow-in-the-dark. Because all them skeletons have that greenish hue. And I'm going to get green glow-in-the-dark. And I'm going to make all them little puppies glow-in-the-dark. And then I'm going to put it right by my front door, so when you walk in, it'll have a really good glow to it. Probably scare the hell out of all my grandkids, come to think of it. This week, I have them on Wednesday, because my granddaughter's having a surgery on her leg. So we will have 2 little boys running around. So you get to hear them in the background. I worked on my Haid last night. I almost got that big old planet done. I'm almost to her face, which I am so glad. I'm getting kind of tired of planet colors. Actually, I've gone through quite a bit of them. I had to go through and refill all my little containers. So I did a refill last night. One of these nights, I've got to do a dekitting. I got about 6 kits over there I need to dekit. And I may just pull up a live and dekit live, you know, late in the evening, and that way people can just pop in or out while I'm dekitting. And so I'll do that. Maybe either Friday night after, maybe tonight after Ruby Q's done, you know, just go live and go grab my spares and do that. And that way I have more storage. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still need to do a storage video, but I've got plenty of storage. That is one thing I have got plenty of. I may not have started my channel till recently, but let me tell you, there are some people in here that were wonderful enablers, and back when I wasn't saving every dime I had, put in savings, because I knew this was coming, I was enabled wholeheartedly. I've got the Lockables, I've got Harbor Freight, I got the little suitcasey thing, I got the big suitcasey thing. The only thing I don't have, I had the Tic Tacs, but I really didn't like them because they didn't hold very much, and then they would get loose. And then I had those that were the 4 connected together. That's what I started with. But when those fall over, oh my God, it's a whole hot mess. And then I would like to get the little suitcasey one with the square ones, because I think those would hold quite a bit. So I like those square ones. And I think Jenny's trying to get them at Uniquely Yours. So that would be neat. That might be something I would do. So I have 2 Uniquely Yours coming in. I have Melody, which I will use her for the J-Wall event. And if my bad day at the office comes in, I will use it for the mental health event. But I don't know if it'll get here soon enough because, you know, of course, China's closed down right now for their New Year's. So I don't know if that one will make it. But I have one. And then, let me see, I'm working on this one. So far, I've done some crystals in her wings. I've been working on the starburst, because actually, this is the least entertaining part of the whole picture, is from here up. So I figured if I could get it done, then I could get into, I'm more of a confetti person. I'm not big on color blocking. I mean, I'll do it, but I don't love it. It's not my thing I love. I prefer confetti. Well, I like the J-Walls. I like a lot of detail. That's why I like Pinsons. Pinsons have a lot of detail. You go for the details. And to have the details, you got to have a lot of confetti, because that's what gives you the detail. Otherwise, it's more pixelated looking if it's just a bunch of blocked out colors. And like I said when I unboxed this, Craftibly is doing away with their tubes. You'll have to pay extra and do them as an add-on, which I really am sad to see that. I'm glad I got at least my 4 or 5 paintings before they did that. That's part of what drew me to them, was the tube. Because it gives me places that other ones that I've finished that I don't want to hang at the moment. I can roll them up, put them in the tube, and I know they're safe. You know, put them in the corner behind the closet. And the ones that I've got framed, I have to stick up on top of my, either on top of my little dresser in the bedroom, or in the craft room, or I stick them behind the couch. You know, because they're set pretty safe back there. Because, of course, my big Christmas paintings, you know, they're all huge. It's like Little Helpers and A Magical View to Christmas. You know, they're all big. Really big. I could pull my Disney down and just put her with command strips and take that frame, because that's a pretty good size frame, too. That was the Disney Princesses. that had the 6 different princesses. And each of them was like a 30 by 40 size. I'll be glad when my first tray from NYX Notions is coming. It's a submarine. A little bit longer than this. Taller side, a little taller sides. Better rows. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me see. F's. Nope, nope. Nope. The only thing I hate about the lockables, and I don't know if anyone else has that problem, when you put them back in, it keeps peeling up your labels. So your labels get peeled up. Especially now that they've gone to these non-sticky labels, they'll just peel right back up. And then you're like, ugh. Okay, and let me see, C and F. This will take care of 2 of them. But I figured I would do this and let y'all know. I think I figured out how to fix that fuzzy. Because that fuzzy was, I did not realize it was that fuzzy. Because on the screen, it doesn't look that fuzzy. But, and I was doing it through my laptop. For some reason, when I do it through my phone, it doesn't do that. But I think my phone, I was pulling through the tower the last time I did it. So, I think it all has to do with that. My satellite actually pushes 720 thing. So I'm going to try to use Streamlab, see if that makes a difference. But then I think Streamlabs is only with your phone. So I might actually have to stream through my phone and just look through my laptop. But it's, you know, it's a learn and go. Because up until the last month, I haven't done anything technological. So, come a long way. I have 52 subscribers. The 52 that have stayed with me, thank you. I had 53, and then all of a sudden it went down to 52. So, some of you that have subscribed, Facebook may have dumped, or not Facebook, but YouTube may have dumped you out. You may have to resubscribe. I have been challenged that for the month of February to do a video or a live every day of the month. So we will do that, where we will have a live or a video every day. You'll see me. I do more lifelike images instead of the where you can tell it's fakey. Except for Jasmine Beckett. She's got some that I like them, even though. But, I'm more of the mystical, fantasy, goth. Like Inez Guerrero. I like a lot of her stuff. Kind of pictures. The only thing I don't like about hers is they're always so dark. That's going to be rough because I usually don't like dark. I like color. So that's going to be rough. But I love her pictures. And so I'll just push through the dark to do hers. Mitch Faust? I like his images. I like dragons. Yeah, that's more my forte. Or else, like the little blue flower. Very simple, easy, pretty, quickie. I don't like the ones that look pixelated and not so nice. Not into that. The little fairy girl I had unframed the other day. I've had her up on the wall for about a year, so I took her out of the frame. That was a pretty picture. I'll put her in my portfolio. Like a giant scrapbook. You can go in there and say, I did these. I can definitely see the progression in the last 2 years. I look at the ones I did when I first started to now. Worlds of difference. Worlds. Just worlds. I hear my boys outside. They're barking their full heads off. And I'm not an orange person, but I watched Rob, the dog dad, unbox his trays today, and I fell in love with that orange squeezy. It's almost like a burnt sienna almost. I mean, it's not really an orange. It's almost like a copper. It's a beautiful color. The one I have coming in is, I think, Plum Crazy or something like that. Because I've been using the same one, like the ridges have actually worn down over time. I didn't realize they would do that, but the ridges have worn down. And a lot of the 3D ones I had ordered at the very beginning, evidently they didn't sand them very good or something, because they catch, you can't run your drills down them. It's just like, you know, I got one I like just because I like the image, and it's a little bitty purple M&M. And I like him just because I think he's cute. Now my son, he's such an M&M fanatic that he's got end tables in his living room that are 3 foot tall, that are M&Ms, holding platters that are the tabletop. His phone is an M&M. I mean, I don't know how he finds them, but he finds these people that sell these big M&M things, and he just goes and picks them up. And he has them all over in his house. His kids had a counselor that was coming out, you know, because they couldn't go in to see him. And they were like, we love coming out here. You got so much cool stuff. He's got Enterprises all over. He's got Tron. He's got, you name it, he's got it. He's a collector. He's even got a working I think it's a 1960 Coke machine, you know, that carries the glass bottles. And he finally found some bottles that fit in it. So he just puts Cokes out there, and then he'll get some cheap Cokes for the kids. And all the neighborhood kids know that they can go there, and there's certain ones they can get, and there's certain ones they can't. You know, it's like, but all they have to pay is $0.25, and they can get a Coke. I was like, yeah, you gotta be the only one that's got this lit up Coke machine on your back porch that they can see from the road. And when he bought it, it wasn't working. He rewired it and got it running. And pretty cool, though. You know, for you guys that drink beer, you get one of those, put it on your back porch, and have beer in it, you know. It's like, wow. It's kind of a cool thing. I'm still drinking. So, 7s. I think I'm done with the 7s. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. I think that's it. Okay. Almost. I don't know. I thought that was loose, but I guess not. Oh, it's not 7s. It's a C. I got lots of C's left, so we'll go back to placing these little puppies. For some reason, I thought I was still on 7, but I'm not. I'm on C's. There we go. And there we go. And I put my dogs in the backyard today because the other day they looked at me and they looked so pathetic, and they were like, Mommy, can we please go run? And it was like 11:30 at night, so I thought, okay, I'll let y'all run. Well, one did his little run, and he come back to the front door like, I'm ready to come in, Mom. The other one, no, he's got to run out there and bark for an hour and a half. It took an hour and a half to get him to come back in because he wanted to bark at everything. He was out chasing the coyotes and barking at everything he could think to bark at. And until he comes up in my front of my yard, then you can call till the cows come home, and he ain't coming home. So finally, when I heard him and it sounded like he was in the driveway, I went out there, and then he came in. He's like, I'm done running. I'll come in now. And used to, I mean, they had free range run. But now that we have that one guy that moved over in the RV next, over like a couple of acres over. It's about 4 acres in between us. I just don't like to let him run free as much. I don't want him to get a wild hair up his butt, shoot at him or something. You never know in the country. For the longest time, they just had free reign because we were the only ones that lived here. And that was really nice. Now we got, you know, an actual close neighbor. So, that's not so nice. I liked it when we didn't have a close neighbor. And then, of course, you know, he parties and... Old guy, I mean, he looks like a mountain man. But he's got, like, always has tons of people over there and all kinds of noise. I think he's the one at the front that used to have, I thought, drive-through drug business, because he moved all these trailers up to where you couldn't see what he was doing back there. And then people would drive through, be there for 10 minutes, and then drive out. And I actually thought he may have... And then the police actually came looking for him. And he had left, and then I guess he came back. He got rid of the vehicle they were looking for. Probably because he was stripping trailers for the copper. And I guess he got turned in. So now I just keep a... We kind of let them know, we know what we got, and we know if it's missing, kind of thing. Because I think he's the one my mom ran off. She went out there and was like with the phone in her head and yelling she was calling law, and that was why I ended up buying my security system. Because it's got a siren on it that if I was at work and someone was up here jacking around, I could actually set off an alarm. And then I could call the police. And I could tell them I was calling the police all at the same time. Because I did that once to my poor uncle, because I didn't realize it was my uncle. I thought because my uncle was looking pretty scraggly and I didn't recognize him. And I thought it was that dude. And so I was like, I'm wrong on the law, and set off the siren. And my dad goes running in front of the camera going, it's me, it's us, that's Uncle Carl. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll turn it off. Because, yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, you come up looking like a mountain man. I'm making some phone calls. No mountain man supposed to be here. Dogs that think they're mountain goats, maybe. No mountain men. So we kind of lost our little haven. Our little haven away from things. Let me see if I can... I might even be able to pull y'all in. Let me see if I can pull this over. Oh, what's it doing? Am I still recording? No. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I am. Okay. I think. Oh, no. Wrong way. There we go. I think that may pull y'all even closer. There you guys go. I hate this thing. I'm trying to... make it to where... Ow. And not that. My little arm thing does not behave the best. There we go. That may be good. Is that good, guys? There we go. That might be good. I was trying to zoom y'all in so you could see better. And like I said, I'm going to see if Streamlabs works better. Got to find a way to something to be better, because that was like, oh God. I am so sorry, because I did not know on my computer screen, y'all were I was crystal clear. And then it was like, oh, hot mess. And my friend told me, he said, your voice was okay. He said it didn't break up, but you were super fuzzy. And I was like, man, sucks. But most people, you know, they're not watching. They're just listening and working. Either, you know, cooking, cleaning, driving, and just listening. So for that, it would have worked. But I will try multiple things. There's other platforms out there that I can attempt. If nothing else, I'll just do it through my tower and through the cell phone. And then go from there. I think the best one so far has been where I had it sitting over on the table and I did it through my phone. And just, because I could read the comments and just answer stuff as it came through. And I may just do that from now on. And that actually worked. It was just through the laptop. StreamYard sucked. Hopefully y'all's week has been great. And since yesterday. Hopefully everyone is feeling great. Everyone's happy. Enjoying whatever you're working on in your whip. I may be getting off of here shortly. I just wanted to hop on and let y'all know I'm going to try to fix that problem. I got a couple of lives I usually catch on Friday. Friday's my live night. I watch Mrs. Coffee and I watch Ruby Q. Very entertaining. If you've never caught any of theirs. Very entertaining. And guys, the ones who are just starting, just hit record. If you don't know how to edit, I can't edit. I can make an intro. I can make a thumbnail. But I cannot edit. I have tried. And I hit those little scissors and they don't do nothing. It's like, okay, I'm not getting that. Supposedly you're supposed to be able to, you know, do all these things. I just can't make it work. Granddaughter can. My granddaughter, she can sit down and whoop out a video and nothing flat. Really nice video. But then you ask her, how'd you do that? She's like, I don't know. So they know how to do it. They just don't know how to explain what they're doing. And that don't help a whole lot. And then, of course, you know, her crazy nanny sits there, and I'm hoping that it's in my cloud because I accidentally deleted it. And now I really liked it. It was really cool. She had taken all these family photos and had them, you know, fading in and out and turning into 4 or 5. And it was really cool. All these effects she was putting in there. But when I tried to figure out how she did it, nope. I mean, maybe one of these days I'll figure it out, but I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing with just doing what I do. Well, I have finished almost 2 colors. I have finished the 7. And I'm almost done with the C. Got a few more here. When I finish the C's, I guess when I'll get off. because that'll be 3 colors that I have completed then. And then I can work on getting it up and out for the day. Like I said, very cool photo. It's a little fairy, and she's sitting, I think she's sitting on a mushroom, is what I think she's sitting on. Let me see if I got the, I don't even have the thumbnail. But I think, yeah, I think she's sitting on a mushroom. It's a very cool little photo. It was between this and the dog mom. You know, the little Petunia dog mom. And I decided I wanted to do a fairy. Felt like doing little fairy wings. Like my fairy wings. Not doing gifts right now. Because, of course, I have more boys than girls. So when I'm doing gifts, I'm always end up doing dinosaurs or cars or, you know, Spider-Man. And, yeah. It's like, ugh. I did a kit car off Knight Rider, and that was really fun. The only color in it was the little red dot that went back and forth. And for all you Knight Rider fanatics, Knight Rider is right now being streamed on Netflix. So if you missed your Knight Rider fix, you can go watch it on Netflix. I mean, my son's got the CDs, or the DVDs, I should say, to where he can watch it whenever he wants, because he actually went and bought them on Blu-ray. His kids love it. The other day, he has Labyrinth on Blu-ray, and they were watching Labyrinth. They were watching it on TV, and he's like, why are we watching this on TV and having to watch all these commercials? Here, let me put the disc in. So we have another younger generation getting Labyrinth, which is kind of cool. This would give all you people that just want to work and lurk and listen and have someone you can listen to while you're working. Someone to listen to. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but I went to bed. I took my sleeping medicine and I went to bed at like, 1:30. And you know what time? And I mean, I took sleep medicine. It was 6:30. The sun was coming up when I finally fell asleep. I was like, you have got to be kidding. Sun coming up. I tried reading. I tried a hot bath. I tried everything. It just was not going to happen. Was not going to happen. And I guess where I was working finally kicked me out of their, they had like, it's called Band, and it's where you would get updates about what's going on and what you need to do. And well, I guess I'm officially booted because I was kicked out of Band. So I just deleted the app because that was the only thing I had to have it for. Because when I went to work there, it was something you had to have. And you had to look at it daily. So even if you were off and they sent out a notice, you had to look at it. So it's kind of nice not having to look at stuff on your phone, even when you're not supposedly working. Because usually whenever I wasn't at work, and I don't want to answer my phone. I'm not answering my phone. Not there. My son notified me because his boss, in his grand wisdom, when my son told him that his son had the virus, and that he wasn't feeling good. But his boss, in his grand wisdom, and he told me, he said, I'm supposed to be quarantined because I'm first contact. And he said, I'm actually not feeling good. And his boss was like, I don't care, come to work. So he went to work, and he made it for like half the day, and then finally was like, I can't, I'm going to the doctor. Well, of course, the doctor tested him, and lo and behold, he was positive. Well, now the boss was like, well, you should be out of quarantine. You need to come to work. And he told me, he said, I got to go to the doctor. I'll let you know. And they tested him, and he's negative now. But the boss is like, well, there's been hardly anyone at work all week. I told my son, I said, well, that's his fault. He makes you go in there when you're positive. But what did he expect was going to happen? You probably gave everyone who has not had it yet, you probably gave them the virus last week. Because he made them go to work last Thursday. And by Monday, no one was coming to work because they were sick. And I'm like, yeah, what happens? They put those restrictions out for a reason. Dingbat. That's what you call, and he doesn't work in the healthcare. I mean, that's what you call a bad boss. I mean, these things were put in place for a reason, I was just like, yeah, he's an idiot. I think my glue dot needs to be re-oiled. It's getting kind of sticky. Sticky. That one, 5? No, 4. We're almost there, guys. As soon as I get through all these T's. I'm even using my little 10 placer. I moved up to a 10 placer. I don't like them, but I'll use them. But I'm up to a 10 placer. I started out with, I don't really care for the 2. I don't know why, but I don't care for the 2. I love the 4. Don't care for the 3 either. I love the 4. Then I moved up to a 7. And now I can rock a 10. But I do use that rocking motion where you put your first bead down and then rock it in. Unless I can't, like right there, I couldn't get in there for some reason. And then I'll just kind of move them around. But most of the time I can just rock them down. Almost. We got 2. Anyone got any new orders that have come in? Because I imagine people have new stuff coming in. Leave comment down below with your new stuff. Love comments, and I'll always answer. It may take me a little bit to get the notification. But as soon as I see it, I'll answer you. Always on your way out, hit the like button. That helps my not analytics, but algorithms. Gets me out there more. Where more people can see me. And hit subscribe. Hit the little bell with the all. That'll always tell you when I've uploaded a video or I've uploaded a live. You never know. I do either. Either or. I'm an either or kind of person. I did all them tag questions the other night. Oh my God. Some of them questions were like in the oh my God range. It's like, I can't believe they're asking people these. Those are the ones I skipped over, by the way. It's like, yeah, no. My kids and grandkids watch this. I'm not putting that on there. And I'm looking for some would you rather. Would you rather do this or would you rather do that? Kind of thing. What's your weather like? My weather's been in the 40s, but then supposedly in a few days we're gonna rock back down to the 20s. It's Mother Nature does not know what she wants to do here. We're just kind of flipping back and forth, and everyone's staying sick because we go from being 20s back up to 40s to 50s back down to the 20s, and it doesn't know. It does not know. It's like we don't know what we want to do. We're doing a little bit of whatever. And then I got one that's having a surgical procedure this week. Well, they call it surgery, but she actually gets put under anesthesia, and they use a high focus laser because she was born with a vascular anomaly, which is like a super duper birthmark. And it causes issues in her vascular system. And they fixed the one on the outside of her leg, but she's got some on her inner thigh that are starting to cause problems. And so they're trying to laser them down and kill them out. They don't want to have to go in and surgically strip veins. And some of these were like really crazy. Okay, let me switch over to this one. That one's acting stupid. Seems like those rose-colored tips just are, I don't know what's with them, but they don't do right. Don't do right. It's like they're so big that the glue dot doesn't go in there right. And don't get me wrong, I love glue dots. Of course, mine have been in here, at least in this one, for like over a month. So they get really dirty. And then when they get really dirty, they don't want to work right. But I'm just trying to make it through the C's, and then I'll change it out. And then I can do a bunch of F's before I get to the 3's, which are AB's again. And this color is really strange because it's not mixed. I didn't mix 2 bags or anything. But it has lighter colors and darker colors. I thought, I'm just going to go with it. I'm not going to try to pull them all out and figure it out. But some are like a soft, yellowy, minty green. And then some are a little darker. And it's actually number 772. And I was like, maybe it'll just make it look more blended. You know, be like a blended family. I don't know if any of y'all saw that movie. That was pretty cute. But I pretty much like any of Drew Barrymore or Adam Sandler when they're together. They do really good movies together. They do really well. Like Blended. What's another one of theirs? 50 First Dates. You know, whenever she ran over that penguin as she was trying to get her newspaper or whatever, I was just like, oh my God. He'd sit there and dress that penguin up, had it in the middle of the road. That was so cute. Oh, good Lord. Yep, gonna have to redo all my little glue dots because none of them are wanting to behave. And I'm down to the last little bit, and they're not wanting to be good. But I've done Mad Kitty with them. I did that fan cells with them. So this is like the third painting they're working on. Like sometimes I'll pull them out and roll them around, put them back in, and one was just really dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. It was like super dirty. And I did learn a new skill. I learned how to put a subheading or a subtitle down at the bottom of one of mine, the one where I was unboxing this. And for some reason, I called the rhinestones bluish. And I didn't even know I'd done that until I went back and watched it after I posted it. And I was just like, what the heck was I saying that for? Like, lost my ever-loving brain. I hear my dog way down at the end of the fenced yard. He's barking at something. That's actually down in the area where the bear is, so he's probably down there barking at the bear. At least he's in the fence and the bear would be out. That's the only good thing. And I actually hear a couple coyotes out there yipping too, so that may be what he's out there going nuts over. And what doesn't help is I'm a hard presser, so when I press down hard, it makes it really stick, and then I can't get it off. It wants to stay. It's like, no, I want to stay. And for some reason, there's no sticky right there. So, what I do when I have no stick is this. Great stuff. Of course, I've used it so much, it's like glued down. And I'll just take a little tiny bit and I'll stick it on my finger, rub it in there, and just let it dry. But I love that stuff. I mean, and I've had it forever. It'll last you forever. And you just put it down and start working somewhere else until you get there. And that way, by the time you get there, it's done dried. It'll be dried, and you can then place the dots there. And I don't know why, every once in a while you find a spot that just, it won't stick. It has, it's like, stick, you want me to stick? Not doing it. Not doing it. And there. Any more C's? There's a white AB. There's a couple C's. And see, you can hear over here they're doing good. Okay, and here's where I put it at. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there. So right here is where it was not sticking and had no stick. And as you see, it's got stick now. Not giving me any issues. So, the stuff is great. It's called Dot Sticks. I got it at Hobby Lobby. I think Joann's has it. Great stuff. Because this area right here where they would not stick, as you saw, they stuck great. Okay, let me see if I can get a little more. And I think part of it is the, like your wax, like my multi-placer has wax in it. And I think that multi-placer sometimes, the wax will get on there. And then once that wax hits that, it will not stick. It jacks up the stick. Okay, so I'll let that dry for a second. And I'll go over here. So when I was multi-placing, it made it where it wouldn't stick. Oh yeah, my little dog is having a cow. Okay, let's see if you dry it now. Yep. Yeah, we dry enough? Yep. And you don't have to put it on very thick. Just a real light coating of it. Give it a couple minutes, it'll dry. And then it'll be sticky. I think it's what they actually make the poured canvas with. See if I can use everything that's in here. And then we'll close it down. Got pot stick on my fingers. And you're like, Cindy, of course, you used your fingers to put it on the canvas. Yeah, I did. There. And the last one. There we go. All the C's are done. I'm going to get all that off my fingers. I am going to close this down. Y'all, thanks for hanging out with me with this whip and chat. And hit like on the way out. Come again. These will be frequent. Like I said, I'm doing that challenge of some kind of video every day. Either a live, a video, an unboxing, something. I'm glad we had this time to hang out. Hit subscribe, hit the bell, and I will talk to y'all again. Bye. Oh.